Main Yarra Trail would not pass the pub test, by Sandy Miller. In its latest round of consultation on infrastructure projects around Warrandyte and Wonga Park, Manningham Council officers brought out plans for several path and drainage projects at drop-in sessions at the Warrandyte Hall in Taroona Avenue and at the Wonga Park Hall. Council says it has committed to hold these sessions every 6 months to provide meaningful engagement opportunities for Warrandyte and Wonga Park residents to learn about and provide feedback on upcoming footpath, road and drainage projects. For Warrandyte, there were 5 projects out for community consultation, including several in the final stages of development: the footpath outside Warrandyte High School and the pedestrian refuge outside the Stonehouse Cafe. Projects that are still in planning stages include the main Yarra Trail extension, Tyndall's Road footpath and drainage on Trezise Street. The drop-in model allows for one-on-one consultation with the Council's project teams. However, there is no opportunity for the community to debate the merits of the projects without a town hall-style forum, particularly on contentious projects like the main Yarra Trail extension. The Diary attended the Warrandyte drop-in session. The projects out for consultation were illustrated with some very high-level concept plans with little detail, asking for community comment without showing details such as tree canopy or cross-sections. Main Yarra Trail. Since the session, the Diary has had numerous letters unhappy with the proposal for the main Yarra Trail extension, which proposes a path along the south side of Heidelberg Road, from Pound Road to Taroona Avenue. Many correspondents noting the lack of genuine options to compare and the fait accompli of the proposal, the dangerous proximity of the path to high-speed traffic, and negotiating road crossings and bus stops, the unpleasant proximity to traffic on what is supposed to be a pleasant ride through the countryside, as well as the impact on the tree canopy. Resident Maurice Burley said the main Yarra Trail extension was a flawed project that would not pass the pub test. The Diary distilled these community concerns in the following questions to Council. Why is the community only being given a single option to consider? Is there a no bike path option? Why is the option of following either Pound Road or Melbourne Hill Road not being considered when there are a large number of riders already using these side roads? Many urban areas use suburban streets as a bike route with nothing more than a line of paint to follow. Can this project be achieved without the intrusive infrastructure? Why is the desire line of the north side of Heidelberg Road being completely discounted, despite there being a navigable trail there already? If safety is the reasoning behind the construction of the path, why choose the most dangerous option, with proximity to high-speed cars, trucks and buses with multiple bus stops and road crossings to navigate? The main Yarra Trail is meant to be a picturesque ride along the river. How does slogging along a main road breathing in truck fumes make for a pleasant family outing? Are there other routes that can be considered to join Yarra Parklands to Pound Bend? Will the community be consulted with detailed plans with cross-sections and canopy mapping, outlining exactly what is being proposed, rather than high-level concept line-on-a-map plans, so they can see more than just the basic concept before it is set in stone? Why was the concept presented by the Warrandyte Community Association submission not presented for the community to consider as an alternative? The Diary put these concerns to Council and received the following response from Tony McGann, Acting Director City Services.
The main Yarra Trail extension is a strategic project to create a continuous cycling corridor between the main Yarra Trail, Mullum Mullum Trail and Eastlink Trail, connecting Warrandyte all the way to Melbourne's CBD. Part of the Eastern Region Trail Strategy and the Manningham Bicycle Strategy, it is set to benefit the entire Eastern Transport Corridor. Stage 3 of the project proposes locating the trail on the southern side of the road. Alternative routes, including along Melbourne Hill Road and Pound Road, were assessed, but ruled out due to excessive cost significant environmental impacts, steep terrain and narrow road widths. Community consultation has informed the design process over several years, including a recent review of a possible trail on the northern side of the road. This was completed in response to feedback from the community and Warrandyte Community Association, but was found to be unfeasible. The detailed analysis is available on the main Yarra Trail extension Your Say Manningham page. We will continue addressing issues raised during community consultation and engaging stakeholders as the design evolves. As it progresses, we'll be able to share more detailed plans, including cross-sections and canopy mapping to provide greater clarity around the proposed design. We'll also work with the Department of Transport and Planning to carry out a comprehensive safety audit. This will ensure all road safety risks can be identified and addressed adequately. We remain committed to transparency and ongoing engagement with the local community, user groups and broader eastern region to ensure the final trail delivers meaningful value for all users.
Visit yoursay.manningham.vic.gov.au/main-yarra-trail. Tyndall's Road Path. Other projects were less controversial. However, there were still some questions raised over the necessity for the proposed pedestrian path along Tyndall's Road. The footpath is proposed to run from Heidelberg-Warrandyte Road to Stintons Road as a 2.5 kilometre pedestrian-only path, taking in road crossings at the intersections of Harris Gully Road, Reynolds Road and at the roundabout at Stintons Road/Tyndall's Road. Mr McGann said the Tyndall's Road footpath project began in response to community requests.
It was added to our footpath priority programme after scoring highly for its potential to connect nearby neighbourhoods with major bus routes, schools, trails and other key destinations. Community support was further demonstrated during the initial consultation session, where almost all attendees expressed their support for the project.
Given the path's proximity to the main Yarra Trail, there were questions raised about whether it would be considered to be a shared path. However, Mr McGann said,
"While the location isn't part of a strategic cycling corridor and not suitable for dedicated cycling facilities, the project will deliver a safe and accessible pedestrian path that improves connections across the area."
Safety concerns were raised over the crossing point at the top of Reynolds Road, citing visibility issues on the corner with difficult visibility and vehicles approaching from multiple directions. Mr McGann said safe crossings are critical.
We will work closely with traffic engineers and safety experts to ensure any new crossings are safe, clearly visible and well signposted. This project is in the early planning phase and will continue to review sightline challenges along the proposed route and crossing points as the design develops.
Trezise Street drainage. There is a proposal to upgrade the drainage along Trezise Street. The proposed plans include curb and channel drainage, replacing the existing open drainage that is common in Warrandyte. The diary asked Council why they were considering curb and channel rather than something more in keeping with Warrandyte character, and why the Green Wedge Design Guide was not being followed in this instance by using the recommended treatments such as swale drains. Mr McGann said the Trezise Street project is currently in the planning phase.
We are actively seeking community input to help shape the final design. In line with the Green Wedge Design Guide, we aim to minimise visual and ecological impact by prioritising natural, low-impact solutions wherever possible.
Mr McGann said, "If you didn't make it to the drop-in session, you can still have your say on these proposals. Visit yoursay.manningham.vic.gov.au/capital-works-Warrandyte-Wonga-Park."